And just like that, I just saw the button flash on. Bam. It is Wednesday. And what does that mean? Well, the two sisters and all of you, it should be Wealth Wellness Wednesday. Good morning, everyone. This is Carol Sue, aka Naughty Boss Lady Canna, live from Vero Beach with two
Sisters, and good morning, everyone. My name is Janice, aka Wellness Diva, and I am all bundled up. Literally, I have my gloves on with my special.
Lordy, she's wearing gloves, people. For our audience and our viewers, well, actually our listeners that cannot see, yes, my sister is on a live podcast Zoom with gloves on. Is it that cold?
Yeah, I am so cold. I am layered. I have, a t-shirt, a shirt, another shirt, a sweater. It's a two-size.
Well, our weather here, you're a little frozen right now, so I'm not sure whether there you go, now you're unfrozen. But the weather here is actually, it was very foggy when we woke up. And John is off to a pickleball lesson with a great coach. Coach Derek is very good, professional. So he's learning he's upping his game. So he had an early morning. Actually, he was supposed to be there. The pro wanted him there at 7. And John goes, I'm retired. The earliest I can get there is 7:30. So as much as he's up early, to get him out of the house, that's a whole other project. And so that's what he's doing. But it's kind of like a gray day. It's not cold, but it has that kind of gloom. So I'm hoping that the skies will open up with some sunshine, because I know, especially when I was in New England, when you have that kind of gray curl up on the couch weather. Oh, speaking of, let me turn that baby right off. You get into that mindset of dread, exhaustion. It just plays havoc on your whole, mental health, your whole wellness, your whole being. And I often tell people, when it is a cloud, gloomy day, or that curl up, cold, couchy, dreary, damp, curl up on the couch day, turn on some lights, blast some music. Don't even put on music, blast some music, and really make an effort to really impact your surroundings, because your surroundings, whether you believe it or not, really do represent your mindset. So if you're feeling like crap, if you're tired, and just as I said that about the skies are now opening. I see some blue. This is beautiful. See, I'm putting it out in the universe. And that's what you have to do. You have to create your own sunshine. You have to create your own vibe, your happiness, excitement. So turn off anything that's negative in your home. Well, and then turn on some lights, blast some music. Get something that, get you kind of dancing. If today is a work day for you, or you are a homebody and you are kind of being the teacher along with your child being remotely learned, there's times where they're kind of independently working. Shut the door, go in your room, get a little dance on, get a little movement, and it really will change your mindset on this Wealth Wellness Wednesday.
Oh, absolutely. And if it entails you putting on your favorite sweater or something that just gives you that comfort while listening to something, because a lot of times when people suffer from anxiety or depression, having that added layer to kind of give them that comfort. So it's about finding your comfort and what works for you. Now, I tried doing it, and I'm not going to pronounce this correctly. It's called Kundalini yoga, where you sit on, something very, very soft and relaxing. And I can't do it on the ground because of my back and hips, but I do it sitting on the couch, and you play soothing, very soothing, light music, and you focus on your breathing and your intentions, and it really hit the reason gives you that boost of that was such a relaxing time to reflect, to pause, and to breathe and kind of just let everything else go by the wayside. So
yeah, I can do that on a day that's already bright and sunny. But for me, because it goes into that relaxing, emotional. First of all, I cannot do yoga. I am not a yoga fan. The sun's really coming out blue now. It's beautiful. I'm not a yoga fan because of, I just, for whatever reason, the poses, the whole mantra of it, I just crack up. I'm not serious enough for it. It's not my jam, but I do know a lot of people absolutely, absolutely love it. And we always say, being part of Authentically You doesn't mean that you have to toe the line of what's in or what's popular or what the fad is. Now, yoga was huge back in the day, and now it's really over the last couple of years is really starting to be more focused. A lot of people are more focused on it. It's great for stretching. So I do the stretching pieces to it. I always incorporate stretching anyways when I'm working out or doing any kind of activity, even pickleball. I mean, I make sure that I'm, stretched before I warm up through a, kind of getting your heartbeat up. So something cardio, and then I do some stretching before I'm going to do my pickleball. But for some people, they absolutely love it. And it does do wonders. So whatever you're comfortable with, whatever zones you in that moment to kind of bring joy, then do it. But do something.
yes, absolutely. And it kind of goes back to what I call practice versus preach. A lot of times when those two come together, sometimes they don't mesh for whatever reason. Like, for instance, it's cold in the Northeast today. Let's say you decided to go out for a walk, but it really is just too uncomfortable to do that. So you look for a different avenue. It's kind of meshing those two together, and to be in the process, obviously be kind to yourself, because don't beat yourself up saying, oh my God, I wrote on my calendar, I'm going to go for a walk, and I didn't go because it was too cold. Well, kind of turn that around. If you have stairs in your house, 15 minutes, go up and down the stairs. Maybe start out slow and then go fast. Kind of spice it up a little bit.
Absolutely. And there's, even if you're standing there, how many of you stand and fold clothes? How many? I know there's a lot of you out there, right? So there's no reason that you have to stand still and fold clothes. I always try to do steps, whether it's marching, whether it's side to side steps, something to keep my heart rate up, something to, and then I try to play maybe, if John's not around, I'll really blast the music and I'll put on some good, just something with a good beat and kind of do a dance motion and fold my laundry that way. You might as well incorporate your daily activities with the dreaded house chores, I say, because A, it makes them go by faster. 2, you have a little bit more fun. And it's kind of that methodology of dancing in the rain, just letting loose, just being you and having fun and freedom to, have that body motion really does wonders for your mindset. So because today is obviously Wealth Wellness Wednesday, we're going to kind of chat a little bit about what that means and how you incorporate the two. We often talk about that you have to have a healthy relationship with money in order to, especially if you're an entrepreneur, to put it out there. You want to attract money. And a lot of people have a mixed feeling about when you talk about money. It's one of those things. You don't talk about money, you don't talk about religion, you don't talk about politics. And guess what? TwoSistas talks about all three. It's just how we are. That's how we roll. Now, I did not always have a good relationship with money. Didn't think about it, didn't think about the importance, didn't understand the importance of giving back. Yes, I would give to the church. We have those dedicated charities that we give to, but I never really connected wellness to wealth. And when I say wealth, I'm not talking about, the $1 billion earners. We already know they're wealthy. I'm talking about the abundance of wealth that is out there for people. It's out there in the universe if you set yourself up for success to receive it, because anything we put out into the universe, it comes back to us tenfold. I always say that. So how do you have that healthy relationship with money? First off, get off the stigma that having more money leads to evil. How many people have heard that? You know, the more money you have, it roots to evil. That isn't true. That is a mindset, and that is not, absolutely not true. Think about the things that money does for you. Pays your bills, obviously, your electricity, puts food on your table, but what else can it do for you? Might be helping to save for that rainy day project, that vacation, that wedding, that college, whatever it may be, but what else can money do? It can impact not just your immediate surroundings. What does that mean? Well, anyone that belongs to some sort of religious organization, church, synagogue, or whatever, they tithe. Some people call it tithing, donations, whatever word you want to use, whatever you're comfortable with. But say your church is chatting about putting on, our community is growing. We really want to put a new wing on, or geez, our church is so old, we really need a new furnace, whatever it may be. And wouldn't it be nice to just take your checkbook and write a check out? No, not even thinking about it. How many of you would like to write a check out and not have to worry about what's actually in the balance? That comes with mindset as well. And any successful entrepreneur is going to tell you that you have to respect money and you have to have a healthy relationship with wealth. And you start out by doing little things that impact others. So with Wealth Wednesday, we combine the two of chatting about making sure that you have that healthy relationship, but then doing something on a monetary basis to an unsuspecting person. So that does not mean a charity. That does not mean writing out a check to your church. It means taking cash, preferably cash. You can do it by charge card as well. So I'll give you 2 examples. And it has nothing to do, I want to make sure that we're perfectly clear, it's the action. It has nothing to do about the monetary amount. It could be $1. Everyone's got $1 in your pocket. Or you can probably find $1 in your house somewhere. Have you emptied out your change? How about going through your old pocketbooks? You'd be surprised how much money you find in your old pocketbooks. I'm talking about $1. It could be any amount, $5, $10, $50, $100, $1,000. Start with $1. And say you were, I don't know, you're out to lunch today, you're at Panero. Hey, here's $1, here's $5, put it towards the next person's order. Simple. You're at a drive-through, which I don't necessarily believe with drive-through eating, but if you're at a drive-through, maybe you're getting a beverage. Hand them an extra couple dollars and say, hey, can you make sure that, the person behind me gets it? Now, if you don't trust that, you should. You have to go on blind faith. Are there people out there that might pocket it? Sadly, yes. But there's other ways. Often I will go to Walmart and I'll sneak in $1, $5, $10, whatever it may be, in different spots in the store, believe it or not. So I'll go into maybe a Pampers box. I might go to the cat food aisle. I might go to the children's, like the toy section. I may even go like in the towels, sneak a bill in between the towels. You know how people start looking at towels? And what if you found like $1, $5, $10, $20? You'd be like, where did that come from? And it's the gesture of giving it to somebody and showing that, hey, here's something nice for you. Now, another thing that I do, and I'll see if I have them with me, I do, is I have gratitude, because the mindset of gratitude is the healthiest of all human emotions. I bet you didn't know that, but it's the healthiest of all human emotions. Again, healthy emotion, mindset, money, it all goes together, wellness. So I have these little gratitude cards, and it'll, say Happy Wealth Wednesday to, I don't know who the person is, and I'll write a little note and just saying, hey, here's a couple extra bucks. Go treat yourself to a manicure, or go buy yourself a cup of coffee. You'd be surprised on when you're actually grateful and you pass that gratitude forward. What do you think, Jan, about that?
Well, yeah, they're so in the monetary aspect of it, and this is something that we talked about in Real Wellness with Two Sisters this morning, the financial aspect of the wellness wheel. It's all encompassing everything around us. But what is specific to that is the ability, the wealth aspect of it, it doesn't matter what the monetary value is. And let's say you're in a position where maybe you want to give $10, excuse me, but you can't, but you do something else. So let's say you set out to give an unsuspecting person $10, whether it's, in a diaper bag or however you decide to do that. The generous act of kindness is also a part of the wealth aspect of it. So if maybe you're a little short, but you still want to do something, kindness cares, and that's part of it as well. So don't limit yourself is what I'm saying. The possibilities are endless with Wealth Wellness Wednesday. Try saying that 3 times fast, right?
I know, and that is a tongue tire. Matter of fact, when we were coming up with it, we would always joke about that. Are we going to be able to say this on the air? Wealth Wellness Wednesday, Wealth Wellness Wednesday, www.
I know.
That's a little bit about part of the little bit segment of Nothing About Nothing.
Yeah, and that's
you want to hear about that, but it was funny.
I have to slow down when I say that. And speaking about nothing, shift happens when we least expect it. How are you going to shift your perspective? Maybe you're in the preparation mode of tax planning, right? You're trying to get all your stuff together for your accountant. Are you one of those procrastinators? I hate to say it. Typically, I am a procrastinator with my taxes. I don't know why. I always have been. But the good news is I'm just waiting for 2 things. I've been on top of it this year. So that is my little segment on nothing to do with nothing that we're really talking about.
Yes, I've already got my file started and getting all the things. A lot of things are not available until the very end of January. So I'm just waiting on a few of those things and getting my meeting together and, doing the same thing, jumpstarting me, because last year it just did not happen. And I ended up filing very late, and I think it's still in processing mode. And I didn't file till I think it was August. So, with that extension, and yeah, it happens. I said, we've never done it that way before, but there were so many forms we were missing, and it was kind of one of those things that we're hoping this year it should be a little bit smoother. That first year of the move was difficult when you're combining 2 different states and all that. It was a little different. I'll put it that way. But yeah, Wealth Wellness Wednesday. I think you have to think of things from a gratitude perspective. Giving is always better than receiving, and knowing that you put a smile on somebody's face, that feels good. So I look at it as, yes, I'm paying it forward, but I'm also benefiting from it as well, because I feel good that I'm helping somebody with whatever. So it's also a feeling of that you're needed for those people out there that may not have a luxury of one thing or another, or you're just surprising them. Who doesn't like to get a surprise? Everyone likes a surprise, don't you think?
Oh, sure. I love surprises. And, there are surprises all around us. I mean, right now I'm surprised that it's nice and quiet where I'm sitting. The bird is not chirping. The husband and the dogs aren't anywhere in the near vicinity. So I'm happy.
That's a good thing. That is a good thing. We are excited today as well. We are going to be interviewing 4 more guests. I think it's 4 more guests going into February and March. So we are really packing this quarter. We're really going to try and do 2 guest speakers a week is our goal, along with tying up the loose ends with our book. and working on a couple other surprises that we're still waiting to get confirmation on a few things. So it's a good feeling that, we're already looking through this quarter, and let's face it, we are down to the last few days of January. Remember when we were down to the last few days of December? And the feeling back then was, oh my God, I can't wait for this year to be going, to just get over it. And here we now are almost a month away from that particular time frame. And some people, are having a great start to the new year. Other people are not. I mean, there's still a lot of uncertainty going on with our country. And speaking of our country, I was wondering, I did pose a couple different questions on my Facebook line, but I do understand my Facebook wall, rather. I do. First of all, I'm actually, I don't know if anyone else is having issues with Facebook. I'm getting friend requests of people that I was friends with. So I don't know what that's all about. That was something weird that happened today as well. But a lot of people are posting that the White House at nighttime has been in darkness. Normally it's very well lit up. And they said for, I don't know how many days. I don't know that. I saw a few posts about that. People questioning and wondering what is going on with that. I do not know. But if anyone has the skinny on what's going on and why the White House would, because it's always lit. And I believe they also someone mentioned that one of the Lincoln Memorial was also in darkness. It's kind of weird.
I hadn't heard that. So yeah, we'll have to check that out. And back to our guests for upcoming for February and March. We are just so excited to be able to showcase these different guests on our podcast that have just amazing stories. And I think once we finalize all that, for February, we'll put up a lineup on our page, our guest's name and when they will be on. And I'm really looking forward to that because some of these guests, they are just blowing me away with their stories. And, other things that we're working on, they're the TwoSistas app, a digital magazine. There's just all this different stuff going on. And it's exciting because that's the creative process of our mission to help others and to showcase others. And we're just so excited that you are a part of this journey. Today this is our 156th episode.
Woo! That's a good number, 156. It's a segment of my numbers, and I love it when
it's pretty impressive.
You have certain numbers that just kind of go with your jam and they fuel your fire. And there's so many good things going on. So while, we ended 2020 saying this particular, we're going through a tough time, we're going to see better days. That mantra still resonates with me because, so many people are still unsettled as to what is going on in our country. And that really will impact your health and wellness. Be diligent in really knowing and being open to hearing what's going on, but don't let it take over your life. Because at the end of the day, we're not in control. We're not in control of what's going on at the White House, whether the lights are on or whether the lights are off. I just thought that was very weird. But knowing that the things that you are controlling, you're in control of your happiness. If things are making you unhappy, if people are making you unhappy, turn them off, unfollow, delete, don't turn on. Make sure that you're setting your day up with things that please you, that give you joy, music, physical things. One beautiful gift that I got for Christmas from actually the grandkids is, and I love the wood block type things, but it's, I love sayings. I love to post up sayings or have visual things with sayings. So this one says, and so the adventure begins. That's what I look at every single morning. So every morning it's a new adventure. Sometimes the adventure sucks. It's not what we think it's going to be. Sometimes the adventure is scary. and we're not really not sure how to embrace a new change, a new pivot, a divot. But then, because you're open to it, the adventure is awesome. So you have to do your part in your health and wellness and your mindset. You have to be present and daily and show up for you. Because when you do that, that is going to transcend to everyone else around you. So if you're one of those doom and glooms and life is over and what is going on in the world and nothing is right, get out of that, shake it off, embrace it. Don't like throw it away, validate it, because that's how you feel. You want to make sure you're validating exactly how you feel. But once you validate it, put it aside and peel back a layer of you. Do something nice for yourself. And it could be something as simple as just reading a book, taking some time for yourself. When you nurture your soul and your mind, transcends to your whole body, your whole being, and then you're able to spread that as well. And that's part of Wellness Wednesday. It all encompasses everything.
Absolutely. And for those times where if you can't shake it, and I know that I've had quite a few of those times, especially with my foot injury here, which by the way is a lot better. So happy to say that. But it really gets to you when you don't feel how you want to feel, when you can't do what you want to do. And I go back to when I initially said at the start of the podcast about practice versus preach and how that comes into play with your overall wellness. There were times when I've had to, with this injury, that I've been like, just, I don't want to say mad, but just in that state of, woe is me kind of thing. I set my timer for 15 minutes on my cell phone. I allow myself to validate how I feel, process it, whether I listen to music or, one day I was going back and forth on my crutches in the loft. Once that 15 minutes was up, obviously the alarm goes off. Boom, that's it. Okay, I've dedicated my validation. I've acknowledged it, and now it's time to move on.
Absolutely. And don't focus, so much on yourself that you find that that's all you do. You start talking about yourself 24/7. Some people do that. They can't get out of their bubble. And, it's the poor me, or you ever have that conversation when you're talking to someone about whatever it may be, and somehow the conversation ends up being about that person. And you're like, I wasn't talking about you. That does occur. So don't fall into that trap. When we say validate and move on, validate whatever's going on in your life, but don't carry it on your shoulders so much so that incorporates everything in your other conversations, in your other relationships. People don't like people talking about themselves all the time. It's not relatable unless it's a specific subject that resonates with that person. So you got to really kind of pick and choose what you're going to chat about, I think. And that also helps with your mindset, because then you're like, sometimes when you're feeling bad or mad or angry and you find that that's all you're talking about, guess what happens, guys? You're attracting more of it. You want to attract goodness. You want to attract positivity. You want to attract good feelings, good vibes. Block out the rest. And like we said, validate it, get it out of your system. Go punch a punching bag, take one of them squishy balls and squish it, whatever you got to do, and then let it go. And with that, we are super excited because we've got a lot going on today, but we want you to have a lot going on for you. What are you going to do today? How are you going to share Wealth Wednesday, and who are you going to impact? Think about that, and let's chat. Anyways, this is a beautiful morning, and I'm going to continue that beautiful morning with doing some good things. This is Carol Sue, aka Naughty Bus, live from Vero Beach with Two.
This is a bundle up Janice, aka Wellness Diva. And we're so excited for what's upcoming, not only for ourselves, but for our viewers and listeners as well. Very, very excited. On that note, we will see you tomorrow for Trending Thursday. Bye, everyone, and have a great day.